So I've got a couple more shapes drawn. Remember, you want to draw up to 5 to get a good practice. So far I have 3, but I'm going to show you another option as to how to make your shapes look like they're in 1-point perspective, but they're going to stop before they get to the vanishing point. So I'm going to do this with this rectangle over here. I'm going to pay attention to this line that I just circled, and I'm going to draw a parallel line, meaning a line that runs parallel, does not ever intersect with that line. So I'm going to take my ruler, and the nice thing about these rulers is that I can use these red lines that are on my ruler, and I can line it up underneath my ruler and still see it because it's clear. So I'm gonna, right now, I know this is hard to see, but that bold red line in the middle is where my line of my rectangle is. I'm gonna line it up because this line over here that I draw will be parallel with that line, and I'm gonna draw a line here because that's where I want my shape to stop. So I've got a line in the middle of this triangle shape here. Then I'm going to erase these 2 lines that I don't need anymore that went to my vanishing point. And I've got a shape that stopped before it gets to the vanishing point, and that leaves me with some space here if I were to add something into the background. Both of these are still examples of shapes drawn in 1-point perspective. It's just 2 different options. You do not have to do it like this, but that is how you would do it. If I were to do that step on my square, I'd have to draw 2 lines. I'd have to draw a line that is parallel to this one and this one, these 2 lines that come at a right angle right here. So if I did this one first, again, I can line up my ruler so that one of those red lines goes right over my pencil line and draw a line that's parallel to that. Same with this one on the bottom. But now what I want to do is make sure that this line that I drew, this angle is also going to be a right angle because it should match this one. They're both going to be an L shape. So instead of lining up my ruler on the pencil mark, I'm just going to connect from this point here and making sure that it's horizontal and it runs parallel. Then I can do some erasing of the lines that I don't need. And I've got my square stopped before the vanishing point as well, as an option if I would want to. So you could do a couple of things. You could leave your shapes like this triangle is still connected all the way to the vanishing point, or you could erase your shapes before they get there, or you could have a little bit of both. Today I would take the time to practice both techniques, and then you can decide what you want your final to look like. Because eventually we're going to create something that looks like this. So for this example, my vanishing point was still in the middle, but I did stop my shapes before it got there, but I wouldn't have to for this assignment. What you'll notice here is that there's a theme going on with these shapes, and there's also something that's connecting all of them. So my theme for this project that I decided to do was a film theme because I like movies. So I have an old-time film running through all my shapes and then using a little bit of color with colored pencil. So what I want you to do is if you finish 5 shapes on your free draw piece of paper today, I want you to flip over that piece of paper and I want you to start brainstorming theme ideas for your final project. So for instance, my idea was film. I could start brainstorming some ideas that I might want to use for that idea, or I might think of other themes as well that I could do. That is what we're going to do today.